Alex, thank you so much for taking the time tonight. During that 6th minute moment, we saw you walking out there with Monishim. I was just wondering if you could share kind of what that moment meant for you after everything that you guys have gone through together the last couple weeks.
Yeah, that moment was pretty heavy. I think like the whole match was heavy. And obviously it was just amazing to have Mana here. And just to be able to be with her during this time. And just to be able to show our support for her. Yeah, it was just a tough moment to continue playing soccer after.
We're going to go to Luke Hetrick.
Alex, over the last couple of years, you guys have displayed that you are more than soccer players, more than athletes. For that little kid, little boy or girl that looks up to you guys, what do you try to tell them about the way you guys have handled these last few weeks?
I think it's just important to note that we have stood up for the failures of, our employers or, the people that have put things in place for us. It wasn't set up for success. And for us players, all we want to do is play the best soccer in the U.S. We don't play soccer for our job. We want to love playing it too. And, it's just, that's not the case when you're being pulled away from that because of those failures, because players' careers have ended due to, harassment or abuse to certain levels. So as tough as it is to feel like you're pulled away from soccer due to that, I think, as much support as we can give for the women who have endured that and who are enduring that right now is extremely important. It's important for us to stand up for ourselves and to be vocal about it. I think that's kind of what we've showed in the last 2 weeks. It's something that I'm really proud to be a part of because I think that the players have been more unified than ever before in these last 9 years, and I hope that really positive change comes out of it. I'm really optimistic with how the players have responded, but there's also so much work to do. So I hope that, in the future we're set up for success.
We'll go back to Julia.
Alex, it's clear from the report that you've been advocating for this issue behind the scenes for a long time. What made this the right moment to kind of come forward to go public and use your platform in this way for this issue?
That's Mana's story and the harassment she endured was something that I needed to, get direction from her. And all I wanted to do was support her and amplify her voice in the biggest way possible. And when she was ready to tell that story, because the league had failed her previously, and because Paul was still coaching in this league, and because there wasn't change due to her complaint, and because the policy only got implemented in the beginning of this year, she was ready to do that. She felt like she had no choice. And so when she decided to go public with her story, we put the wheels in motion, and I just did everything I can to help amplify her voice. And it ended up being this time, 2 weeks ago. However, it's been a year in the making of, talking to legal counsel and really giving us guidance on that, because as much as people think that you should be given guidance on this and maybe we should know the right path to take on these things, there was nothing set up for us to be given guidance. So we had to seek that out, and took longer than anticipated. But I'm really proud of the courage that she showed and the support that the players in this league have given her.
Julia, if you have another one, you can go.
Thanks, Jackie. Alex, you mentioned obviously the work that is left to do. What do you think are the most important next steps that you want to see out of the league and also the club here in Orlando?
I think, first of all, CBA is extremely important. It protects players and it gives the players an equal voice at the table. I think more robust policies are important. The first policy in place to protect players was implemented earlier this year, 9 years after the start of the NWSL. And then I think that the investigations need to be the priority, and with the conclusions of that, whenever that is, based on the timeline, there needs to be change within the NWSL and possible owners or people within each organization due to those investigations. So obviously that'll take time. And lastly, I think that the NWSL needs more people in the room to brainstorm, to have whether that be a board of 5 to 10 people or something. Unfortunately, there was only Lisa Baird and Lisa Levine, and that wasn't enough brains in the room to come up with adequate responses, statements, and just proactiveness by the league. So I just hope for a bigger league presence that oversees the owners, because right now the owners are directing the league, and we need a league set up, a front office set up that can listen to the players and implement change that way, and set up a league that's successful in the U.S. And then just protect the players.
Go back to Luke.
Alex, mentally, how do you describe what it was like to play in this game, given everything surrounding it?
It's really tough to play in a game with bigger things at hand right now. People's careers have been taken away from them. Players' lives, the mental health is a hot topic right now, and I think a lot of players in this league are suffering, not even if they were victim of harassment or abuse. They either saw it, heard it, or were a part of a league that allowed it, and I think that weighs heavy on everyone. So it's tough because we're fighting for a playoff position right now, and it's my mind is in a lot of different spaces. So I think it's hard, and I think every player feels that.